Howdy, how are you? And welcome to How to Raise Chickens. Now my wife and I just started raising chickens this summer, and we're kind of new to it ourselves, and we're learning as we're going, but I want to share a few tips with you because I know there's a lot of people that are interested in having backyard chicken coops, and there's just some very basic information that we've learned that we want to pass on and share with you all, okay? First of all, I want to talk a little bit about their enclosure. This is basically it's actually a dog run, but a chain link is real good for chickens because they don't like push up against or dig under or anything like that. And basically, the main reason for this is to keep predators out. They're not really going to ever hurt the yard or anything like that. We just have to have them in a safe enclosure because there's wild neighborhood dogs and cats. We also have hawks and owls in this area that could potentially harm or kill the chickens. So, I want to show you the wonderful world of backyard chicken keeping. It's really a lot of fun. They provide good eggs, and then after 2-3 years when they stop producing eggs, they make great dinner for the table. Now this particular chicken coop is 10 feet by 10 feet by 5 feet, which just basically means that it's 10 feet by 10 feet and then 5 feet tall. And of course, very important in keeping chickens, you want to put some kind of cover up there. Now, if you try to put an actual roof up there like a tarp or something like that, it's going to build up a tremendous amount of water and could collapse and kill or hurt some of your chickens. This is basically it's kind of like a tarp, but it just basically blocks a majority of the sunlight, so they're not like cooking in the sun the whole day. Plus, the number one thing about it is it keeps out flying predators such as owls and hawks. That's perfectly stretched, and there are some spots on there that would allow access for an animal like a cat could climb in there. So I just sealed that up, reinforced it a little bit with chicken wire. But that's basically it there. So welcome to inside the coop. Like I said, this is basically just a big dog run. I want to talk to you a little bit about what types of chickens we have and what types of chickens you might be interested in getting for yourself. What we have in here is majority Rhode Island Red. We have a total of 8 chickens, and we do live near a military base, so you may hear a lot of airplanes flying overhead, but that's all right. Just try to ignore them. I'll speak louder. Majority of what we have in here are Rhode Island Reds. If you want to pan over and get what some of the Rhode Island Reds look like, those are going to be the darker reddish looking hens. Now these lighter ones, keep forgetting what they're called.
ISA Brown?
ISA Browns. And these are a mixture of Rhode Island Reds and Rhode Island Whites. We have 3 of those. We have 4 Rhode Island Reds. We have one of these, this is called a Plymouth Rock Hen. Also a very good layer. That's Big Mama right there. She lays the biggest eggs of them all. And then somewhere over here we have a white chicken, and that's going to be tattered. We rescued that one from a chicken rescue association, and that one, I think my wife has named that one Peggy? Camille? Clara, that's right. Okay. Yeah, my wife likes to name them. That's fine. Now, as far as these particular breeds are excellent layers and also excellent for eating after 2 or 3 years when they've stopped laying. Talk to you a little bit about the chicken coop. Now this isn't actually a chicken coop. This is a dog house that we've modified just temporarily. We're actually going to be building a coop. My wife is very excited to show you the egg. That's right, this is one of the smaller eggs laid by one of the hens. We're not exactly sure who, but this is what they look like, and this is a nice little surprise that you're gonna come to every morning. So anyway, this is a makeshift chicken coop. It's really a dog house. We've put a couple of nesting boxes in there. Now keep in mind, when you are raising chickens, the hens will share nesting boxes. So if you have 8 chickens like we have, you don't need 8 nesting boxes. We only have 3, and they do fine sharing those. They don't really need it. It's nice though. They do enjoy it as a luxury item. They can easily jump up into the chicken coop. Okay. Now the area that we live in here in Virginia, we don't have tremendous freezing, just a few times. But these chickens are very hardy. hardy. They're specifically bred for colder temperatures. So you don't really need any heating for them. We do happen to have a couple of ceramic heaters in there, but that's just more for their comfort, so they can be a little bit warmer. But as long as you have straw and you have shelter against the wind and the elements, they should be fine. Now I just want to talk to you now about the affections that chickens can show you, and that you can show them right back. This particular one right here is Gertrude, I believe my wife named her, and she is particularly affectionate and tame. You can see she doesn't mind me picking her up and holding her. She loves to be pet. This one will actually, when I have food, this one will, oh, she just peed on my foot. Isn't that lovely?
In your shirt.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. But
it's probably the airplanes.
Yeah, the airplanes might be. It's not normally that we don't normally have this many airplanes flying over here. We just decided to do this video while the Air Force was doing their flight. But it's perfect the way we timed it. It's really awesome. We have a little light out here. You can have a very low wattage bulb. This is, again, not necessary. It's just helps us check on the chickens late at night. We can look outside our back window or our back door and see what's happening out here. Because, like I said earlier, there are stray neighborhood dogs and cats and other critters that come through here. And it's just nice to they'll make a lot of things. They're their own best security. Because they will make a tremendous amount of noise if they're feeling threatened or whatever, and you can check on them. But okay, so let me also tell you what else you're going to need. You go out and you buy a fresh bale of hay once a month, or every other month, however long you can make it stretch. Now this is the waterer right here. This is very adequate for the amount of chickens that we have, 8 chickens. That is a 3-gallon watering can. Very easy to fill and maintain. You always want to make sure your chickens have fresh, clean water. Now this is the feeder. The Gertrude is very curious. I think she's wanting to land on my head or something. I don't know what's going on there, but this is the feeder. This also holds about 30 pounds? Yeah, it holds 30 pounds of food, which just basically is convenient. You don't have to come out here every single day and put food in here. This will last them. I probably have to fill this like twice a week, which is good. And now this idea here, we actually got this from the local community farm. We got 2 pallets, and we just zip tied them together, lean them at an angle, and the chickens love, as you can tell by the amount of poo-poo up here, the chickens love to sit and perch. Chickens are definitely perching birds, and when they're not, they spend about 60–70% of their day just walking around, pecking and exploring. But when they're at rest and they decide to take a break in the middle of the day, they like perching right up here. They like perching right up here at night. Some of them sleep in there, up on top of the nesting boxes in there. And of course we have this raised up on bricks just because they do like to go into there and lay down sometimes, and they like to scratch. And man, that poor white hen, he is just constantly being picked on. We gotta watch her, make sure she's okay. You guys stop being mean. Look how they just like a little kitty or something. They love to be pet. Not scared of humans. All right, now what I have now, this is called a chicken on the head. This is a rare medical disorder. You can go see a doctor and have it removed. It shouldn't be much of a problem. But I do believe I have a chicken on my head. I don't want to keep her up there too long because she'll more than likely poop on me. Now that's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about chicken poo and how important it is to keep your pen clean. We have a regular rake that we come out here and we rake all the poop up with every other day. We also have a small size rake that can get in the little crevices and some of the areas that are harder to reach. But cleanliness is next to chickenness. That's very important because you don't want a lot of poop and fecal matter, because it'll stink, 2, they'll step in it and they'll get it all over their feet. You don't want that. You just want it to be clean, you know. Our chickens enjoy treats. We throw them Cheerios every now and then. Of course, chickens are very intelligent. Some people say they're as intelligent as dogs. I don't personally believe that, but they are smart little fellas. I'm going to show you. These are dandelion leaves which they happen to love. There you go. Jump up. Hey, you got part of it. Chickens make over 30 different sounds.
Oh, here comes Big Mama. She wants one.
Each of which has its own distinct sound. Yeah, she's a fat old hen. So what you're seeing too, don't get too alarmed if you see your hens fighting, because they will do that. And they're doing what's called establishing a pecking order. I'm sure you've heard that expression before, and that can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. But once all the chickens know their place and who's dominant over who, they pretty much mellow out and they all end up getting along. Oh, you also want to make sure that you have some gravel, because they will eat that gravel. They'll hold it, and the chickens will hold those rocks in their gizzards and use it, because they don't have teeth. They'll use it to grind some of the food that they eat, and it helps them digest. So make sure you have some nice oyster shells, some sort of small pebbles and rocks that they can eat. And phosphate too. Apparently chickens need phosphate too for their diet. So fresh water, plenty of food, make sure their food is fresh, and you don't have mice all over the food either. Chickens will eat mice, I found out too.
Wow.
And they love to take dust baths. None of them are doing it right now, but you want to make sure that they have plenty of hay to stay warm in. Everything's clean, kept clean, and that's basically it.
This is Clara. She's being abused by the other chickens. We have to keep an eye on her.
Chickens love Cheerios. That's a known fact, okay? These are just regular generic Cheerios, and they like to be fed. You can hand feed them. And then, you know, chickens, when they when they go to take something from your hand, they don't hurt. Sometimes they startle you, but they really don't hurt. Their beaks aren't, you know, they don't have like thousands of pounds of pressure like a parrot or anything like that. They're not trying to hurt you. You might get pecked a little bit, but chickens are great for kids. Like I said, these three right here, this one and the two on my legs, are particularly affectionate and very tame. The other ones are kind of new, and they're still kind of getting used to things. That poor white one. But anyway, this is it, the wonderful world of chickens. Now, if you have any questions about how to raise chickens, feel free to leave a comment and ask, and I'll do my best to get back with you and answer. But everybody should raise backyard chickens. We believe in raising. We have rabbits over there. I don't know if you can see them. We're not raising those for food though. They're just pets. But they are great for raising for food, or you know, if you have a bunch of people in your family that would like them as pets. But we're basically raising these chickens here for eggs. That's the number one reason. And like I said, once they have stopped producing eggs, then we'll butcher them. And of course, we'll make a video on how to do that too. But in the meantime, we're trying not to grow too attached to these cute little suckers. But I'm Kepics, and this has been Backyard Chicken Keeping.